It's a bang, and we are back on the lovely Monday. It's June, guys. It's winter. Yeah, it's like I'm advertising now. It's winter, guys, and I'm excited because a lot of us are buying jerseys, a lot of us are buying winter clothes. But in Joburg, it's cold front. Yeah, that means neighboring provinces are affected or covered. So get ready, get cozy. But here are the trending news or trending topic. Yesterday, final results were announced. Final 2024 election results were announced. But before we go to that, before we run about to that, just want to share a bit of a story that was announced or from a source, Hubert Angel. And I quote, he said that South Africa, it was around January, he said South Africa will go to coalition. That was said during around January, that South Africa will go to coalition because the ruling party at the moment will lose majority of the votes or the outright of making decisions. So he also mentioned, and I quote that, he said that Malema will try to campaign throughout the province or throughout the country, throughout the country and make it like play by the book for campaigning. And the new party will be formed by the former president, Jacob Zuma, MK. However, no one between the two parties, MK and EFF, will take over or will be in charge. And that prophecy came to pass. And he also mentioned, and I quote that, he said, the reason we are going through this is because South Africa has sued Israel over the Gaza story. I think you remember about that story. So right now, it's like he also mentioned that the reason we are facing this coalition is because we sued Gaza, and now God has seen and God has graced and loved and chose Israel, and He favored it. So that's why we are at the moment we are facing this because it's not just a punishment. It's not like a punishment, but it's like we have a cloud hovering around South Africa. But to go now, let me just touch the story that I want to talk about. So the reason I'm here today is just to share with you the story that ANC has lost the outright to make decisions. That means the coalition will work. But now, mkhontowesizwe is not willing to work with the ANC of Ramaphosa, as it says. And what saddens me is that EFF on Saturday, it was very, very emotional press. It had a very emotional press whereby the EFF president, IEC, Julius Malema, was so emotional in a way that he also answered a question where I think a news reporter raised the question, how are you feeling about now that you didn't become the president? As you say that 2024 will be our 1994. And he said, I'm not the president of a region, something like that. He mentioned that he's not a president of a region, he's a president of the national. Meaning that if he can go to any country, he will be allowed and he will be permitted to go in any country. So I feel like in that answer, there was a moment of sadness, but he tried to reconsole himself or gather himself up to bring his emotions into place and get to the press again. So he also said that he's not giving up. They also raised the question, are you giving up since you lost? No, he said he's not giving up. He will stand, he will continue to fight. And he's willing to work with ANC. Then that raised a red flag. For me, I don't know about you, but that raised a red flag. The same person who left ANC to want to make better of our economy now wants to work with a corrupt ANC. It's alleged I say that. He wants that. Man, this is devastating. And with DA, man, DA is moving very fast. It's climbing. It's taking hills. What is your take? So here, let me leave you with a few questions. Do you think the coalition will happen? And if it happens, do you think the ruling party will work with EFF or mkhontowesizwe or DA so that they can have the outright 50% of the majority rules on outright of making decisions? Or do you think that they will form a new government and allocate or assign a new president, appoint a new president of the country? What is your take? The last one is, what do you think about IEC Julius Malema losing most votes as he promised that he will be the president of EFF, of the national country in South Africa this year? What is your take? See you next time.